Okay, so Harshit got the closest when we look at the score predictions because on a pitch that seems to be very sluggish, Lucknow Super Giants have managed to hit 163 for 5, aided by Marcus Stonis' 58 of 43 at a strike rate of 134. Nicholas Pooran, I think he did the same thing versus Royal Challengers Bangalore. 3 sixes, no boundaries, 32 of 22, 145. Ayush Badoni in the 19th over that was bowled by Mohit Sharma, I think he capitalized on it. That's why 20 of 11 with a strike rate of 180.
There was a few lusty blows in that particular over.
Yes, and that's why 163. First up, is this a winning total?
I mean, I don't know. This is definitely reminds me a lot of the 2023 Lucknow kind of pitch, which is why a lot of, let's say, LSG's batters kind of struggled because they're all stroke makers. I mean, Marcus Stoinis' highest score, but look at the strike rate, 134.88, just about 135, not exactly there. And I don't blame him because the pitch itself was like that. You saw that really no one who batted long walks away with a great strike rate. Pooran, yes, 145. Badoni, a bit of a cameo there, 181. But other than that, it just definitely was a pitch where you had to work for your runs. In that sense, 164 to chase, I'd still give a bit of an advantage to the team batting second because they know how to pace their innings.
But then do you think with the nature
but I think, another 10-15 runs would have done a world of good to the team that batted first. That's what they would have also realized, that it's a sluggish wicket. Anything close to about 175, 180 would have made them feel more comfortable. Anything around in that 150, 160 territory psychologically doesn't look like an enough total. But Lucknow, with the bowling that they have, a bowling unit that's on song at the moment, would be backing themselves to believe that they can put in a fight over here and the match is not done yet.
The one big concern though is that LSG's best bowler has been Mayank Yadav, who on a pitch like this might be rendered a little ineffective.
Today is a good test for him.
I think he will have a better outing here because extra pace on a sluggish wicket can actually set the difference.
True, but the extra pace here is kind of working against you. The best pacers even today were more often than not trying to take pace off the ball. So actually in this case, I think this is a match tailor-made for a Naveen Ulhaq.
Yeah, I think here Mayank Yadav.
How much did we see Spencer Johnson take the pace off?
He was in the last over also. He was looking to bowl cutters.
Because Mohit Sharma, I felt, was overdoing it a bit, and I think he's been caught overdoing a bit a couple of times now.
Sharma never overdoes.
See, the thing is, he's good with his deception, but in that previous match, even the match today, I felt that it was expected that he'd be taking the pace off, and which is what I just hope he doesn't go the Harshal Patel way, wherein the slower one becomes the stock delivery as well, and he becomes a predictable bowler as a result. But I felt he was overdoing it. But as Shane points out, maybe Spencer Johnson. Can we just have a look at the figures for Spencer Johnson? Let's see who the fastest, bowler for Gujarat looked like. So 32, 8 for him.
Umesh, conventional 7.3, which was done the power play. Umesh got swing. Okay. Now this will be a test for Mayank Yadav when it comes to variations, because see, both the games that he's played, he's employed only 150 kmph, 156 kmph.
The slowest has been 142.
140 kmph. 140 kmph has been the slowest. Here, in the 2 games that he played, he didn't feel the need to go to any kind of variation. Maybe on this wicket, can he see the off cutter? Will he see the back of the hand, a knuckle ball, whatever you may think about it? This will be the test for Mayank Agarwal. Mayank Yadav. I am caught up in too many cricketers at this point in time. So, Mayank Yadav, we haven't seen, have you guys seen any kind of variation from him? It's only been back of the length on the stumps.
See, we haven't seen anything, but then of course, we have to remember whatever we've seen of Mayank is what you've seen of Mayank. Because again, prior to this, he didn't have a exhaustive kind of domestic career to fall back on. So definitely the novelty factor has helped him. He did say that in his debut game, he did want to go to a few of his variations, but chose not to because the stock ball was working very well for him.
Yes.
So I will, let's just say, believe him when I say, or when he says that there are variations there. I think today would be a good day to see it, maybe mix it up with his steering pace.
Now that will be the test. Today you will see. We have seen one particular key individual that we had to, and there are more questions than answers. KL Rahul. I mean, yet again, 33 of 31 with a strike rate of 106. On current form, even wicket keeping also, on current form, he doesn't make it.
So I that's the thing. I don't see this as being a conversation for the very simple fact that he needed to have a mind-blowingly good season to force himself back into contention.
Yeah.
With Pant, we said the same thing, and Pant so far has been there and thereabouts. But KL, name one good knock where he's at, which was a match-winning, match-defining. There's
Nothing close to it.
That's the point.
Nothing.
It's a non-conversation.
This in fact, this in fact is a very uncharacteristic sort of a year for KL Rahul, the batter. Wicketkeeper, I think there's nothing much to be disappointed about. But KL Rahul, the batter, would consistently give you runs. Now those runs have also dried up. But again, what does he do? Every season he gives you about those 600, 700 runs so that he's there in the top 4 run getters. But this time around, given the rate at which he's begun, couple of single digit scores for him as well. Today also, well, remember, he survived a very close shout, when he was in those single digit scores. But if those runs aren't coming, then there's no way back for KL Rahul in the T20 setup.
Look at it, even the strike rate. In all the games, he's not set the strike rate on fire.
So that's the thing is, strike rate comes into question once there are runs to show. There aren't any runs to show right now. Strike rate's out of question. That's number 2.
Plus, he's batting out of position. If he has to come to the Indian cricket team, he can't bat in that
See,
position.
you would have taken him back because you want a player in form to be there in the side, and then you say that you go by the theory that no matter
Runs are runs,
what,
basically.
no matter what position you're playing, form is form, runs are runs. I want an informed player to be there in the side, and I can float him given my convenience. But if there's no runs to show, what do you do with that batter? You don't take that batter as a result.
So that is the thing. See, Lucknow Super Giants, we thought Decock had a good, he started off with the 6, but then fell the next ball. And Devdutt Padikkal, now there is serious concerns over the Lucknow Super Giants batting order. I mean, if you look at the top order, there's hardly anything. Devdutt struggling yet again. KL Rahul not able to get the tempo.
Quinton also, the one knock from him maybe.
That 100.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Didn't he hit a 50 in one of the games here? Oh, he hit a 85 was RCB.
Yeah. That was the only
That
one.
was a very crucial knock if you have to look at it.
But other than that, even his form.
Yeah.
And again, with Devdutt, he's been given a long rope and so far has done precious little to justify that, this thing. He was traded in from RR, lest we forget. They traded Avesh. And so far, again, Devdutt Padikkal, I thought today might be that opportunity because he got to bat with 5 overs of the power play left. Could have used that, could have kicked on, gotten some good runs. And again, it's a tricky wicket, this one. So he didn't need to be batting at a major strike rate. But get a 30-40 at a strike rate of 130 and those are perfectly fine runs. He didn't get that either. Again, it all fell to 2 players, Marcus Stonis and Nicholas Pooran. Ayush Badoni's runs were a bonus because he hasn't had a performance of note since 2022.
Yeah.
But even he is batting out of position.
He's batting way out of position. That's what I'm saying. If a Badoni is looking at the kind of form that Devdutt Padikkal is in, and like I'm being relegated to number 5, 6, 7 for this, then I'd rather be batting. I mean, Badoni's best knocks came at number 3.
Yep.
When in 2022 he was batting well, at 3. Why is he being dropped down out of position? For Padikkal, who's not done anything. Concern?
It is a concern. So there is a lot of concerns over the LSG top order.
And they
middle order
still haven't given Krishnappa Gautam a game, right?
No. And I don't think at this rate he's
Yeah.
getting one either.
Because see, for me, if you ask, the quick fix is that you take Padikkal out of. See, if you're not opening with him, it's anyway. Let's say useless, or maybe that makes him redundant. Let's say you take him out, you push Badoni at number 3, and you bring somebody like a Krishnappa Gautam. If you're looking for, let's say, a 20 of 12, 13, somewhat what you got from Ayush Badoni today, you can back or you can expect that much from a Krishnappa Gautam as well.
And the difference between him and Badoni in that regard is that he has a history of doing it at that particular position.
Yeah.
I remember at one point for RR, Krishnappa Gautam and Rahul Tewatia were 2 very key players lower down the order because they'd always chip in with quick fire runs. Gautam, I think his career kind of nosedived ever since that ironically CSK time. They paid 9 crores and then didn't play him.
Didn't play him at all.
There's been a wonder goal, by the way, scored at Old Trafford.
And
Wonder
is it
goal.
Your team or is it the
Yes,
opposing?
yes, yes.
Oh.
Yes, and I'm getting calls as expected.
Who scored it?
Kobe.
Oh, Kobe Mino.
Yes.
Mino. Okay, so yes.
Everything he's doing at the moment is turning to gold, it
Yeah,
seems.
one more game going on, which is very, very of high interest to Harshit because already his other team let him down badly. And
This
now,
is a wonder goal to say the least.
wonder goal.
And now
So,
they're 2-1 up, by the way. United, so very.
Manchester United are up 2-1, and one of our colleagues upstairs is not going to be very happy.
He is not going to be happy at all.
Because
Neither
I've
is Jurgen Klopp at the moment, I can tell you.
And I've not seen him in the entire game. Maybe
He was there. He came up in half time.
Just to give you an idea, you've seen that iconic Makeda goal, right? Where he just turns and puts the ball in the
I
corner.
remember it, yeah.
More on those lines is that slip was missing, just turns, puts it past the keeper.
Wow.
Just a good finish.
Well,
Yeah.
but Manchester United were leading in one of the games versus Chelsea, and boy, did they squander that.
Don't remind him.
Yeah, so that's why now the key for them is to ensure that they maintain that lead because their defensive unit fell to pieces in the last couple of minutes.
Correct.
Yeah.
So that's why.
And we're about to get going
Small,
with
please.
yeah, the innings. So let's just quickly take a look at some of the comments. I wonder if they were as bored as we were whilst watching this match.
Well,
Honestly.
you can't help it, yeah. Okay. Dhanush is saying KL doing India a lot of favor for the T20 World Cup. I mean,
By not actually performing well. Yeah, actually, good point.
it's mean,
I think
but
Karthik K will be equally relieved. I think he
Yeah.
invited all of us to the US, but he said just don't get KL Rahul along with you guys.
Yeah. Ashish Dhar is saying, Siddharth is VK playing slow as per his own T20 standards. KL certainly not starting in T20 squad for 11. Play Samson or Pant as wicket keeping batsman. But Ashish Dhar, do check the video that Shane has done about why Virat Kohli was playing slow as per his own T20
But
standards.
he
See,
wasn't actually. That's the thing. He's actually, if you look at Kohli right now, he's batting at a better strike rate than his career strike rate. So he's quickened up. The other problem is, even him quickening up is not good enough.
Is not good
Because as an opener now, you're not looking for 140s. You're looking for them to be playing at 150, 160 strike rate, bare minimum.
Bare minimum.
Second, the other part, and this is very crucial, all of RCB's other key players are out of form. They're not getting runs.
I'll be doing a special video as to, apart from Kohli's woes that are there at this point. I mean, imagine this is the kind of Kalyugi world we are living in because
Kalyugi.
Kalyugi, because I'll tell you why. A batsman scores 100, yet the amount of dissection and scrutiny is so much that 100 doesn't feel like 100, isn't it?
It doesn't matter that.
But it
Yeah.
calls for it.
It calls for it.
calls for
Absolutely
it.
it does.
If the team's not winning, then
Yeah.
of course everything will be looked at as to what's going
This
wrong.
video will be up pretty shortly. I'm going to do it. Why? Even before the start of the season, there was one certain thing called an IPL auction. RCB lived up to the hype, and guess what? They're in this position because of that.
We here at Sports Today had said it the day that we did that marathon coverage of about 9 hours or whatever it was.
This will
We
be-
said it that very day, I remember in the month of December it was.
December.
That 19 December, I think, whatever. That this is a potched up job that RCB have done for the nth time at an IPL
And
auction.
here I will give you the numbers as to why that proved to be disastrous. So do check that video out. And Mayank Madan, how is GT not playing Sai Kishore, and also what does KL Rahul want to achieve in this format?
Good question.
Yeah, GT is not playing Sai Kishore. Ask them.
Very, very interesting also that GT are opening
With Manivaran Siddharth.
No, GT.
They're
GT
opening
are opening with Sai Sudarshan and Shubman Gill.
Oh.
So that means definitely.
It's a Kane Williamson.
Yeah, Kane Williamson.
Kane Williamson, yeah.
For this kind of a wicket, I think you need a... But I will not be surprised if it's a left fielder Matthew Wade because he plays spin well.
Yeah, could come send him a lower down the order. Also, they've subbed in M. Siddharth for Marcus Stoinis. Why?
You're not having him bowl at all. Wow.
On this
maybe-
wicket, Stonis is
Stoinis, exactly. He
With
uses
those
dibbly-dobblies,
dibbly-dobblies.
cutters, would be a handful on this sort of a track.
Okay, so
Very
they have a Yash Thakur, Krunal Pandya, Ravi Bishnoi, they have Manivaran Siddharth, and they have Mayank Yadav. I think they are happy with that fight. They will not need a Marcus Stoinis.
It's very weird. Though.
But still, why take a bowling option out? Just Badoni could have been the one making way.
Huh? But only could have been the person making way.
Marcus Stoinis.
As is the case more often.
Yeah. So that's the situation. Are you guys changing prediction?
I had said GT winning, and again, given the lack of runs, I know it won't be easy, but I think they're favorites because they can plan. They know they're setting a target.
I'm not
so
changing
with
either.
that.
I'm not
Well,
changing.
this is a typical 50-50 kind of a situation because see, the pitch is also sluggish. I think LSG can defend the total. So I'm sticking with LSG.
Absolutely, if Siddharth is to perform the way that he did in the previous match, if a Ravi Bishnoi gets into the act as well, definitely.
And a Mayank Yadav also.
And a Mayank Yadav as well, the showstopper of them all.
Does Shubman Gill struggle against quality pace?
No, he struggles more against spin actually. Pace has never been his problem.
Okay.
Spin at times he'll not be able to accelerate. He can cut loose. We've seen him do in Test cricket.
Yeah, but the big debate and in the post match will be on Mayank Yadav if he does well here, if he doesn't do well, and on KL Rahul also. Oh, that was the in swinger that you were talking
The in swinging arm ball.
Arm ball, yes. So thank you so much, folks. We'll be back for the match end. From me, Harshit, and Shane. It's bye bye.